Hi there, I'm Edd China, and what car have asked me to talk to you about vans? Well, having owned a fair few over the years, I'm actually quite familiar with vans, and as a mechanic, engineer and inventor, I've always got something I need to carry around. So prepare yourself a nice medium pan pepperoni pizza and make yourself as comfortable as I look on a motorised sofa, and let me guide you through the world of commercial vehicles, showing you which are the good ones and which should just be left on the hard shoulder. And to make sure you don't miss any more episodes, click subscribe immediately. The mid-sized Renault Trafic was first launched 40 years ago and was last overhauled back in 2014, which is why everyone got so excited when this facelifted 2019 version of the van came along. And it's not before time, because the previous version was starting to lag behind some of its more modern opposition. But is it enough? Certainly visually, I might need to launch an I Spy book for you to spot the differences. There's LED headlights that are a new shape, a new look grille, some extra chrome inserts and a Renault badge that's a bit more prominent. But I'm going to need to find more than that to get you excited, aren't I? Now pay attention, because I have some background information that should pique your interest. Here in the UK, we like to talk about the Transit a lot, but over in Europe, don't worry, not going to mention the B word, they really rather like the Trafic, which sits on the same rather promising underpinnings as the Nissan NV300 and the Fiat Talento. I like to think that a van that attracts so many buyers must be doing something right, so let's take a closer look. You can get the Renault Trafic as a panel van with 3 seats, or as a double cab crew van, another window, 3 more seats, or as a full-on minibus with capacity for up to 9 people, which means it is actually pretty versatile, although you do have to be quite careful when you're going for the spec to get the bigger sizes, because it comes in a number of different lengths. So you can have 5 metres long, 5.4 metres long, and also you have 2 sizes of height as well, giving it up to 8.6 metres cubed of capacity. What that means is on the inside, the maximum length is nearly 3 metres, and for longer items there's an option of a load-through bulkhead which extends maximum carrying length even further again. The Trafic's maximum capacity is slightly more than the biggest Transit Custom, which can carry 8.3 metres cubed, but in general terms you'll get around the same maximum payloads as other rivals in the sector, including the Volkswagen Transporter and Mercedes Vito. In the Trafic, you can carry 1,075 kilograms in a 2.8-ton short wheelbase model and a maximum of 1,280 kilograms in the 3-ton gross vehicle weight van. Renault also fit a sliding passenger side door as standard, as well as rear doors which open to 180 degrees. Around the back we have some nice features too. We've got some brighter LED lamps, we've got the well-regarded reinforced lock, and also they've changed the lining to make it better for cleaning. For many, medium-sized vans like the Trafic are the best of any vans to drive. Top of the tree would be the Ford Transit Custom and of course the Volkswagen Transporter, but I don't think the Renault Trafic's too far behind. Steering is precise and the ride is comfortable with or without a load. The previous Trafic felt a little bit crashy on those bumpy British roads, particularly when lightly loaded, but now it feels much more sure-footed. It's also a quiet van to drive with good sound deadening from the road and the engine, but the wind noise from the mirrors and the A-pillars can be a bit more noticeable than other vans. As for the engines, I'm going to have to ask you to pay close attention to what I'm saying and refer to the data below, as it gets a little confusing thanks to some conversions from continental horsepower to our beloved brake horsepower. Ready? As well as the range-topping DCI 170, which produces the headline figure of 167 horsepower, other options include the DCI 120 and DCI 145, producing a rather confusing and misleading 117 brake horsepower and 143 brake horsepower. Despite now having a larger engine than the previous Trafic, it actually manages to reduce fuel consumption with a saving of around 2 miles per gallon on the mid-powered 145 models. You'll get a 6-speed manual gearbox as standard, but there's also the option of a 6-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission on the 2 highest powered engines. If you don't mind an auto and can afford the added premium, I'd recommend the dual-clutch that is available on the 145 or 170. Go for the top power engine as well if you can, as it feels much more like a natural fit in this particular van. But if you don't need all that power, the 145 is equally as impressive. Visibility in the Trafic has also been greatly improved by the option of a wide-angle passenger mirror in the sun visor. It's an option that's available on the Trafic and also the Renault Master, although it might take a tiny bit of getting used to. It's very easy just to flip it down to the right angle and give yourself much more visibility on those awkward junctions. Upgrades to the interior of the new Trafic are fairly limited. There is a new fabric, which is supposed to be much harder wearing, and also there are some satin chrome details across the dashboard. Nothing super exciting, but then the interior of the Trafic was always pretty decent. One thing that has changed with time is that the quality of the materials seems to continually improve in Renault vans, with an increasing number of parts falling into the van from the car range, something that can only be a good thing. 3 standard trims are available, with the entry-level business model getting electric windows, electric heated door mirrors, alarm and immobiliser, adjustable steering wheel, DAB radio with Bluetooth and multifunction trip computer. Business Plus vans get manual air conditioning, the wide-angle passenger mirror, rear parking sensors and a mobile office package that includes a smartphone cradle and a fold-down centre seat back with detachable clipboard. Body colour bumpers are also added to make the van look a bit more attractive. Sport models will likely be the most popular though, as they get an upgraded dashboard that gets a closable upper storage compartment, leather covered steering wheel and cruise control and speed limiter. There's also 17-inch alloy wheels, front fog lights, body coloured mirrors and metallic paint thrown in. On top of all of that, the package also includes automatic headlights and wipers, an upgraded DAB radio with auxiliary input and USB sockets. But it's the addition of the Media Nav 7-inch touchscreen navigation system that really boosts the specification of the Sport. Its R-Link multimedia system combines audio, telephone and navigation systems, along with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto mirroring. Storage space in the Trafic is actually pretty decent. Got about 90 litres of space in and around the cab area, but you can actually improve on that further with a lidded upper glove box, which is actually a very useful way of keeping valuables out of sight. It does have a number of cup holders. Unfortunately, none of them are actually good enough to hold a full-size mug in my opinion, but hey, that's one of those things. But all in all, the Trafic does deliver good value for money when it comes to the level of equipment on offer, especially when you compare it to the rivals such as Mercedes and Volkswagen. Spending a bit more money gets you a lot more and makes the Trafic, relatively speaking, more affordable than many of its competitors. You'll also get a 4-year 100,000 mile warranty along with 4 years of roadside assistance to sweeten the deal. The Renault Trafic is an all-round package that owner-drivers should be drawn to. It's not the UK's best-selling van by a long shot, but its popularity in Europe certainly points to its abilities. If you have a keen eye for value, then this could well be the van for you, but down to those little niggles, unfortunately it just misses out on the Edd factor, but it does manage a 4-star rating from What Car. If you want to see more of me talking to you about vans, then do click subscribe, and we'll bring you more van reviews like this one. As a rather lovely added bonus, you'll also get to see all of What Car's excellent new and used car reviews as they're posted too. See you next time.